welcome back to my channel. Thank you for all the returning subscribers. Thank you to everyone who is new here. I hope you will enjoy this video. Today's topic, before we even go any further, we're going to be talking about friendships. I have struggled with making friends my whole life. I am what I consider to be an extroverted introvert. What happens is that I normally just keep to myself. I literally just stay locked up in the house. But then when I go out, like when I go outside, when I go to a mall, a shop, or anywhere, I will make conversations, I will converse. But as soon as that is done, I go back inside the house and spend another 4 months inside the house without actually even going out. And then even when I have a very good conversation with someone, I never really either take it further by asking for a number or figuring out a way to communicate with them so that I take it even further than that. But I'll be glad and happy to report that I actually did exactly that yesterday. So yesterday there was a baby shower that I attended in my neighborhood. I got invited by the mommy to be, and for a moment I almost said no. And then I realized, no, man, you cannot do that to yourself. You keep doing that, then that means you are going to keep having and reliving the same life that you've been having. So I figured, what harm could actually come out from a baby shower? So I got up, got sorted, got dressed, looked the part that I looked, and then went to the baby shower. And there I actually made I would like to say I met someone that I would love to have in my circle. She was a very nice older woman. Somehow I'm always attracted to the older women. I love how they speak, what they have to offer, because I feel like I have a lot to learn from them. But anyway, I am not saying I do not have friends that are my age mates. I do. I'm just saying that I have noticed that I have this pattern of actually being attracted to a bit older women because of what I think I can get from conversations with them. Yes, I can benefit a lot from the conversations with my age mates and those younger than me, because I do have friends that are younger than I am. But I also feel like the older women also help you get a big sister type of relation. And yes, I need that. I don't have a big sister. So anyway, I met this lovely older woman at the bridal shower. And by older, please do not assume I mean very old. She's just a few years older than me, about 5-6 years older than me. So she is really a big sister. So anyway, we got into conversations that are talking about a lot of things, from family to partners to kids to life in general to entrepreneurship to being a foreigner in a different country to the weather. We spoke about everything and I enjoyed it. And before I even left the bridal shower, because obviously it comes to an end, I actually took the initiative and asked for her cell number. And she gave it to me. Can you imagine? She actually did give it to me. So my point is, we as people, I have realized that no matter how awesome a conversation we might have had, we women tend to shy away from asking for the other's number in the fear that either you get rejected or we just have this thing of not thinking that we could actually build a friendship, a relationship out of that. And I'm honestly in the era in my life where I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to turn my life around. I'm going to meet new people. If we become friends, we become friends. If we don't, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing really to lose. So building relations is actually just honestly, there's nothing really to lose from that. It's either you make a friend or you don't, and nothing really changes much. So anyway, I was saying, I used to be that girl who just stayed at home, didn't go anywhere. Even when I went somewhere, sometimes I would just close up and not say anything. So it made it quite hard for people to even try and approach me when I like to think that I'm actually a very nice, friendly person. I just have this resting face where you might just think like, I cannot go anywhere near to that girl. So yes, I actually have a friend who says they thought that about me the very first time they saw me. But now we're actually very, very, very close friends. I love you if you're watching this. I know you are. Yeah, so I love you. So anyway, and apart from that, I also have found myself in the past to wanting to sort of pile everything onto one friend. I think this was caused by the fact that the media, from as long as I've been a little girl, has just been shoving this idea onto our faces, onto our minds, and making us believe that that is exactly how relations work. Most of us born in the 90s, we were really brought up by TV, by what was happening in there, by the stories that we watched, the Disney Channel that we watched, the Disney shows, everything. We were brought up by those things, so we ended up having some kind of like these beliefs about how life works because of what we would have been exposed to and watching. I know a lot of us have this image and idea, just like we got from the Disney shows, that someone has to have either one friend and both of you are like each other's best friend and you're always together, you know everything about everything, and they're always at your house or you're always at their house. The parents also know that, those type of things. So we grow up believing that you have to have that one friend who is there for you through every single thing that happens in your life, the relationship heartbreaks, like boyfriend girlfriend relationships, like trouble with at school, like going through a rough patch with your parents, like figuring yourself out in life. Like you need that one person. And then as we got older, we then started realizing that there were also other shows that were targeted to our parents who were older, about how you have to have a clique of friends, like it's a group of 4 friends or so that are always together, that either move to a certain country together, and are always bonding. They always go to events together. They're always going out, having dinners and all that. And honestly, when you are out here in the world, that is not how it works. I kind of learned that rather, rather into my 20s. I started realizing that no, these were just stories written by someone believing that there is a perfect explanation or a perfect world where these things should be happening like that. And it doesn't. It does not happen like that out here in the world. You can be someone's best friend, or they can be your best friend, but it's not the same in reverse. I found it very hard to navigate a clique of friends. It's having to be friends with each other in the same group, and then you rely on this person for that, and this one for that, and this one for that. Yes, we have different personalities that actually are very important in building every single person up, but having to mix your friend and my friend, and then we become friends, and then we grow from there, sometimes it's quite hard, and it just gives these offish vibes. But you can, as a single person, have many different friends. You don't have to force them to be friends with each other. We do not have to have a girl group. We just have to have pure friendships. So you can have, be that friend. That I'm this type of person, so you cannot. Let me give an example. I know someone in my life. I have a friend who is the solutions person. I know very well I cannot go to that person when I need a shoulder to lean on, because they are not they are not equipped to actually give you a shoulder. Instead, the way they react it always used to make me feel like, but this person doesn't hear me, this person doesn't understand me, until I realized I'm the one that also doesn't understand this person. And then I started taking it upon myself to actually learn, like, this is how I'm supposed to take care, this is how I'm supposed to treat this is I can go to her for this certain reason and not for that certain reason. So we have to navigate friendships like that. We really have to know that this person I can rely on for business support. They will give me ideas on how to push my brand, on how to grow my business, on how to do this and that business wise. And then this person I can always go for to get advice on maybe family and relationship issues. They can speak because either they have that experience, or they're just that type of person who is openly, and what we'd like to call a person who has a really big shoulder, and they actually can hear us out, and then give us what we need at that moment. So we have to identify all these things. And mind you, do not get me wrong, I'm not saying one person cannot have 2 or 3 of the things that we need. There are certain people that are like that, but also just do not try and make one person your everything. Same thing applies to your boyfriend girlfriend relationships. You should stop trying to make your partner your everything. They cannot be your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your friend, and then still become your partner on top of that. It is asking too much of a single person. So we should be aware and then grow and learn how to actually be go out there and look for friends and build relations. And I know there are certain people that are actually also very much okay with being alone. I love being alone, but it also doesn't mean that I do not want friends and I do not want to build relations. I do. I just want and pray that my friendships can allow me to actually still also be myself, by just sticking to myself and going through what I'm going through by myself. So navigating friendships is very, very simple, and also very, very hard. So we, just like everything else in life, you have to figure out what it is exactly that you want, and looking out for relations and friendships and everything. So please, 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 let us stop this thing of actually believing our friends can be everything for us. That is not fair on them. That is not fair on yourself. It weighs other people down. And also, let's also be careful of being sponges and absorbing what our friends like. This happens a lot to people who tend to be depressive, to have depressive episodes. They tend to then absorb other people's likes and dislikes, and then you just sponge off, and then you're always taking and expecting all these things from your friends. Please let us stop being that. Let us heal, let us grow, become strong in our own presence without having to rely on other people, because honestly every relationship is reliant on you being the best version of yourself. If you are still struggling with being comfortable in your own skin, being comfortable by yourself, you are definitely going to have a problem with keeping friendships. And then you're always going to say, but people leave me, my friends always disappear, my friends don't invite me to these things, my friends are not inclusive. They are also feeling the weight. Mind you, they are also going through their own things. So if you are expecting them to be everything for you, you, including your crutch, all the time, it gets exhausting, and then they eventually just start pulling away. So let us learn how to also be by ourselves, make ourselves happy, be our own source of happiness, of stability, be our own source of strength. And then when we ask for someone else's input on there, it is just an addition on top of what we already have. So build that foundation, build that friendship with yourself before you even go out and look for other friends. Anyway, I feel like I have just been talking and talking and talking. This is a very close to it's a topic that is very close to my heart, and I have been wanting to talk about it but just wasn't sure how to articulate it. So I love and thank you for actually giving this video a listen. And I hope I articulated in such a way that you can also relate. I tend to also ramble a lot, and that sometimes, if yeah, I've heard that it becomes very distracting. I'm sorry if you found this video distracting. I promise to make a better one next time, whenever talking about maybe a different topic or the same topic. I don't know, but please, whatever you do, please leave a comment about what you think about this topic down below. Hit the the like button, sorry, so that YouTube can know that people are actually enjoying this content from my page, and then they can start suggesting it to other people. And then also please hit the subscribe button. It helps me for also the reason that YouTube will get to notice that people are actually coming to my page and loving it. But in the meantime, with all that said and done, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, love and light.